Hi, I'm Emanuel Rose, and this is Marketing in the Age of AI. Today, my guest is Lee Thompson, founder of ClickSense, a growth partner that helps wellness businesses turn online visibility into booked appointments, repeat clients, and predictable revenue. Lee's core belief is simple and practical. Clicks don't pay the bills, customers do. Today, we'll dig into the systems, measurement, and AI enabled workflows that convert that attention into sustainable revenue and repeat business. Lee, thanks so much for spending some time here.
Hey, how's it going?
Really good.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man, it's great. I'm excited to talk to you about wellness businesses because I have been marketing health and fitness clubs for a couple of decades. So I want to compare notes and see what's working for you where you are.
No, and I think we talked about it before, right? There's so much bad information out there. There's so many people that try to just rinse and repeat the same thing. We kind of made an adjustment. We made a big pivot. Our original agency was back in 2018, and we've kind of grown since then. Mostly local SEO. We're still an SEO company, but we love the wellness industry. We do really well with them. They tend to have a need for recurring revenue versus some of the businesses we've worked with, right? Some people, personal injury lawyer, they get 1 or 2 cases a year. They're pretty happy with the right car accident, right? With wellness businesses, they need people coming back every month. So marketing's kind of let them down as a whole. Right on your calendar, I think clicks are probably one of the most overrated metric that we see in marketing nowadays, and that's kind of where we kind of stand on our little platform. Right, clicks don't pay the bills. It's only when your calendar gets booked. So agencies love you've got plenty of traffic, you got plenty of impressions, you got plenty of views. But what does that actually mean? If you have 100,000 views and 2 customers, it doesn't really matter how many views you have, right? So we kind of built our entire new agency around it. It's great, but it's not enough. And you need more systems to kind of do that heavy lifting behind the scenes. And that's where we're starting to see a huge benefit for the wellness industry. So,
like, what kind of systems are you talking about?
Mostly automations, right? Because even with my business, everything's run on automations. I can't do it myself. I'd forget. I'd never follow up with people. I'd forget to send invoices, all the above. It's building these foundational systems in place for something as simple as I missed a phone call. I have AI pick up and text the person back. Hey, saw you called. How can I help you? Instant, simple, and then it drops into my CRM. Right now I have a conversation going. Versus I missed a call. I didn't know who it was. I may remember to call them back later. I may get busy and I end up doing something else and lose business. For a wellness business, that could be their bottom line for the day, for the month, for the week, year.
Yeah, especially like the health clubs that we're working with. Their lifetime value is sometime somewhere in that like 9-month range, right? And so you've got every client you're going to have for that defined amount of time, it's about a $500 value, right? And then you're saying, well, if I get that person in there 3 or 4 times in the first 2 weeks, then they're going to build a habit. And then if I can engage them, give them personal training, then we're going to be able to extend that lifetime value. Are those some of the metrics that you're working on?
They are. So we see, we work with several wellness businesses. So if we're talking about like, let's say a TRT clinic, right? Because that's one I actually went to their office today. So it's fresh on my mind. If we're looking at a TRT, their initial, when they come in, they have retainer or monthly drafts for like $175. So their initial value is 175. Most of theirs for lifetime value, they keep 2 to 7 years for most of these cases.
Wow.
So for them,
that's a nice lifetime value.
Right.
So yeah, they could spend an acquisition cost of $500, right?
Exactly. So it doesn't really, so we can use things like LSAs for them. We can use different kind of a little bit higher cost, because if they get that person in there, and the owner, he's awesome, but he loves to think that he will sell anybody no matter who walks in.
Really? Yeah. What's the LSA?
Local service ads. So Google runs those in conjunction with Google Ads.
Yeah. Not everybody's using those.
So I think, yeah,
Uh-huh.
they're not. It's a really buggy system, honestly. Like, I think Google made it. They liked it. It was the shiny object. And they said, you know what? We're going to go work on something else. So it's got a lot
Yeah.
of utility for the first probably 6-8 months. After that, it kind of drops off a little bit, but it is phenomenal for service businesses because it's pay by lead.
Right.
So instead of paying a click, so you get your site that doesn't do anything, these are more phone call conversion based. Same thing fit in with our metrics to say that, yeah, if you get this call, odds are you're going to get your customer. Now, if they stay for 5 to 7 years, who knows? But based on their averages, they're looking pretty good.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, what I found was the LSAs were kind of hard to set up. Do you have some secrets about how to get through the process with Google?
They are so buggy, and I actually hired a specialist just for them. We don't
Yeah,
actually
smart.
charge for the LSAs. We kind of push that in with our existing system. So if somebody signs up on a plan with us for a retainer, we add the
Yeah.
LSAs. So it's all their money goes straight to LSAs. So none of it's a management fee. But I
Right.
had to hire somebody.
Right.
The easiest
Good.
way
It
to
wasn't
get
just
in
me
there,
then, I guess.
no, it is everybody.
Yeah.
But really, like, local keywords are extremely helpful, and making sure you know who you're talking to, right? Who's your avatar? Who are you selling to? It's not everybody. It's very hyper focused and it's very hyper local.
Yeah, love it. So yeah, that 2 to 7 years for a lifetime value that's a dream that a service business for. Yeah, that's big
Yeah,
dollars. So
right. I find out that's me in a lot of the places that I go. Like my chiropractor, I've been going there for 8.5 years now, and he's like,
right.
I've seen you longer than any of my other clients, but I like it. He does a
Yeah.
good work, and I enjoy going. So.
Well, I guess talk to me about retention. What are some of your retention programs like for your clients?
Yeah, I've got a few different recommendations that we make depending on kind of the stage the business is at. So
Yeah.
ones that have, that room full of charts and old lists and things like that, we do basically reactivation campaigns. So kind of bring those people back in the door. Hey, get your blood work checked for free. Get a
Right.
free giveaway bottle and poo or whatever we're doing, right? So we do that
Sure.
to all of our dead files that say, sometimes these are thousands just sitting there. We already have their information. They already liked our service before. They thumb right. So we look for ways to kind of capitalize there. For other, specific retention, new people have offers. So what's a way that I can package all this thing like in the health clubs, right? How do I get them in for this free personal training session to increase my lifetime value? We had facials, and their cost was next to nothing.
Sure.
It's just the time, but they offered their highest end facial when you signed up for a monthly retainer with them. You can come in as much as you want. You can come in daily. You can come in 6-7 times a day. Most 2 people that actually capitalized on that. The rest of them stayed on the retainer. They came once a week, once a month, once every couple of months, but they still enjoyed the service. So strategies like that, looking at our hard costs to say, how much does this really cost me? And does it make sense to give this away as an incentive to keep coming back? Then I can upsell them.
Yeah. Are you on your reactivation campaigns? Are you using email primarily, or are you using email, text, follow me ads? What's your rubric look like on that?
Email and text if I have consent. Most of them have opted into some kind of marketing. If I've got the cell phone number, I don't like to blast them with text. So I'll send a text and then a few emails. So they won't get a text every 10 minutes. They'll get one text that says, hey, we've got this offer. You interested? No answer. Cool. We hit you with email all day long, but not text.
I got you. Yeah. I know it's interesting that we're in that weird little pivot, right? Where all the communication channels are open, and I really don't like getting texts from stuff but obviously it's effective because people are running those campaigns.
Right. I don't like getting called. I'd rather get a text than call.
That's funny. Yeah. Well, you must be millennial and I'm a Gen X. So that's the difference.
Exactly.
What
We have different priorities.
what are you seeing in terms of how
but I think
GEO's affecting your clients?
it's all SEO.
Sorry.
It's all the same thing, right?
Yeah.
We talk about it,
Yep.
rank better in a geographic location 10 to 20 miles, right? I can get better results for localized areas versus companies that say, oh, well, I want to rank 40 miles north for people to drive here. Nobody's driving 40 miles. No, we have to be a little more specific about the people and the location we're looking. But at the end of the day, it's all local SEO. It's just how we target it. So we do the back, like I've always loved geomap photos and doing that sort of thing. You know, whether it works or not, who knows? It just makes me feel better. But we've been able to do some hyper landing pages, service pages, city specific pages that have really helped.
Yeah, so I like that.
The area that's working pretty well.
Yeah, the service pages and then the location and service combination, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think those are going to be your biggest return on investment, because again, if you build that page to convert, right? If you just have a city and a service, nobody's going to do anything. But if you build it to convert, you have easy booking on it, and a lot of that's what we talk about in all of our foundational setups is something as simple as a booking widget that makes booking seamless. You're on my page, you want this service, here's what you do, we'll see you at this time. You know, and that's an easy, straightforward way to get a client.
It's interesting that there's still business owners in this sector who think that having that booking widget is not of value, and that they want people to call them. What do you do when you've got somebody like that?
Right, and they want a contact form, and that's just I used some today for a landscaper, and it's I hate contact forms. It's a lot of times reframing their thought process, right? Like we have very transparent, direct conversations that say, I understand that you'd rather them call you. However, most people, and I can show them their traffic, right? You get 300 people a day to your website. How many bookings do you get? 4? Okay. Those 300, the other 296 people, they're not getting their needs met. So they move on to the next thing. They don't want to call you. They don't want a phone call. They want to be able to select their services. And when they come into your clinic, that's when you sell them, right? That's when we, roll out the red carpet. We put everybody up front. We have the best specialists coming up to talk to them. Those are the new clients that you strive for, but you got to get them there. And right now there's so much noise. There's so many other options. There's so many pieces to it that we're not capitalizing on it. And if people bounce, they're gone. They may come back, but not for this visit.
Right. And we don't want to take that risk of having somebody bounce and have to come back, right?
You're just giving money away. Or they're going to have a really bad experience and you've got to fix something somebody else did. You don't want to do that either.
Yeah. Well, so a little bit more about that, about the strong traffic but poor bookings. What else besides the calendar widget are you seeing that's effective on those landing pages?
A lot of it is, again, talking to who you're selling to, right? If you've got a TRT clinic, you're probably not talking to 20-year-olds. You're probably not, unless they're in bodybuilding competitions and things like that, where they're looking for a boost, peptide therapy, that sort of thing. You need to know who you're selling to, and really adjusting your copy on these pages makes a huge difference, right? People want to see
I see
where they are. Yeah. They want to see where they are. They want to see the right outcome. They want to see what they're going to get if they sign up for your service, right? So befores and afters, treatment guidelines, all the above. So really kind of nailing into each of those pages. It takes time, but it's the right way to kind of address it.
Yeah, I love that. And I think that's one of the things that I notice some of the legacy businesses have lost track of their ideal client profiles, and they tend
Yep.
to talk to everybody in general versus really focusing in on these specific niche concerns that we have, and that we are used to solving very specific things just for me.
Hmm.
Much like, Starbucks, you get exactly the coffee that you want.
Right.
That has trained us to be very specific in all areas of our consuming
That's true.
of products
That's
and
true.
services.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's cool for people who maybe have a service business and are looking to see where they're at in the process. You have some tools for them, don't you?
I do. We've named it the Wellness Growth Roadmap. Having said that, if you have a service business that serves local clients, this can help you. So what it is, it's basically a complete breakdown of about 8 systems that successful clinics, wellness industries, or even other service businesses, they have all of these pieces in place. Simple checkboxes. Do you do this? Do you not do this? You score yourself, and it tells you kind of where you are on the spectrum of it, whether you're kind of in the foundational setup, like I still need some work, you're kind of in the middle at the growth stage that I just need to kind of tighten some of these areas up, or the third stage is scale and you're ready to run some ads to your business to make some more money. You can take
Yeah.
care of your clients and you can take care of the leads coming in. So the growth roadmap, great tool. Get an idea, general where you're at. We've got it for free. I think we've got a link that we'll share.
Yeah. Well, just tell us what it is right now.
I've got it in a drive folder, but it's
Oh, I got you. That's
clicksense.io.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a free download. It just copies
Cool.
and goes right to your drive. Yeah.
Love it. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we'll have that link in the show notes for sure.
Cool.
And then they have an assessment, then they can give you a call, or they can
Mhm.
attempt to do it by themselves first, and then they can give you a call.
Exactly. I love people to try. And you know what? At the end of the
Yeah.
day, we're happy to take care of it because it's a lot, right? People can do it. It's just, are they going to do it consistently? Are they going to do it well? And are they going to do it as well as my team? Probably not, but
No.
passable. We can still make it work.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I love it. And I think that is I've been doing sales and marketing now over 30 years, and it has gotten as complicated as bookkeeping over that time.
Hmm.
So it's important that you have good help, at least to have Lee Thompson consult with you first and get you some good motion that way, and then hiring ClickSense to help with the service-based business or with a wellness-based business.
Yep. Yep. We'll do all the heavy lifting. You just get to run your business. That's the idea.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Lee, I sure appreciate the work that you're doing to help wellness businesses, and I like your philosophy around building pages around ICPs and staying focused on SEO and then conversion, not just
Mhm.
clicks. So,
Yep.
congratulations on the good work and nice
Appreciate
job on niching.
it. I fought kicking and screaming the whole time. I didn't want to do it, but it's so much better.
Yeah. Well, it's cool. I appreciate your time today. Thanks for talking with me, and I hope we get to connect again.
Absolutely. We'll talk soon. Thanks.
Okay. Thanks,
All right.
Lee.
Bye.
Bye. So it's a great reminder for all of us, no matter we're B2B, B2C, wellness, or petroleum, that we got to identify our ideal clients. We've got to speak to their needs, their pain points, their dreams, and hopeful accomplishments, and then give them easy ways to convert into the next stage of that funnel, whether that be self-education or looking at case studies or scheduling a time to talk or come in and visit the business. So we want to create an easy pathway through that sales funnel for the ICP that we've identified. Well, I sure hope that you enjoyed the conversation I had with Lee Thompson from I better get the name right. Give me 1 second. I don't want to misspell that. From ClickSense. I almost said ClickFunnels, but that would have been a much bigger conversation. ClickSense, Lee Thompson. I hope you enjoyed that conversation, and I know I did. I also hope that you continue to find tools that help you do better marketing, get better conversions. that you find some AI tools and you figure out how to create guardrails so that you're on brand, on topic, on voice constantly. And that with the time that you save from optimizing with AI, that you spend that with your friends and family, that you spend it upskilling, and that you get outside into nature away from the screens. This is Emanuel Rose, Marketing in the Age of AI.